Hello, hello. Let's test this thing. Oh my. All right, this is my first time streaming live. For anyone watching now or in the future. All right, I think that about works. I got to do some prep for SHOT Show. Right now, I just have to remove all the firing pins. These old rifles, my goodness, gives me a good chance to work on them. I'll also be checking in on all these scopes, the mounting, everything else, kind of making sure that they are in tip-top shape. So when we take them to the show and show them off, they look pretty and they don't cause any problems. Got a lot of firearms to go through. I'm going to try to keep interacting with y'all, but again, this is my first live stream, and last time I tried to film this whole process, I used a mic with a cable, it kept getting pulled out. It's kind of nonsense. So let's get started. First rifle up, we got the Henry H001. This is actually the first rifle I ever bought. This exact one. This thing has lasted, I don't know how many rounds, 10,000 more. I have no idea. But we got to take that firing pin out. Now this one is pretty easy. Henry does not make this process complicated. Little pin here. Got to push that out. Move the firing pin. More of a firing bar, really. A little sticky. And we got a spring there, which of course is falling onto the ground. So that is the way of things. All right. Always make sure to keep your parts labeled. Don't want to lose anything. So we got the pin, spring, the firing pin. Just like that. On this rifle right now, I'm using the rimfire, no machining mounting kit, and then the old 6-power scope. This rifle's about a 3 MOA rifle anyway, so I'm not taking it out too far. Plus, it only shoots 22. 001. First bag. On to the next one. Okay. Oh, second rifle on the menu. We have here the Henry Golden Boy, also a 22, also a lever action. And the actual way it works, the configuration of the bolt, is exactly the same as the H001. Receiver's a little different, but that's never stopped me. On this, we got the 6-power two-tone Gen 2 with the nice shiny stainless steel turret faces there. So, pin, firing pin, spring. Easy enough. Man, we're really cooking. A couple minutes into this thing, we got 2 rifles down. Again, don't want to lose anything. Now, this pad that I'm working on, I actually got as a free item that they give out at SHOT Show, I don't know, 2 years ago or so. Last year, I forget. I've had this thing a while. It is very useful. It's from, who's it from? Hogue Grips. All right. And we're down. Okay. Now, next up, we have a little more fun with this one. This guessing most of you can recognize, is a good old Springfield 1903 with the A4 configuration. Get that pad out of there. Okay. This one. Oh, goodness. Been a while since we've used this. There we go. See if I can actually get this turned so it's not blocking the camera any. Oops. There we go. This one, got to pull, lock it, unscrew that bolt there. Now this firing pin, if we were to just take it off, you'd have that spring loose in there. Be no good. So we have these firing pins that we've modified so they don't stick out past the edge of the bolt face. Now, release the spring tension a bit. Off. On. And we're golden. Now we got to put it back together. Cool. Let's make sure. Yep. That's all golden. Again, always important to label your parts, even if you know where they go. Just good to keep a record. Now on the scope, we've got the M73 here. It's a 2.5 tower scope. Pretty commonly used in the CMP competition. Can't pair it. And on to the next one. Alrighty. Man, we are flying through these. Time for a coffee break. Hey! Hello, Mr. Funk. How's it going? Are you going to be coming this year? This 1903 has the 8-power Unertl style scope on it. Oh, darn. Wow, that is way too greasy. Oh, goodness. I don't know if I'm going to be able to grab that. Oh, man. Do not over grease parts. Holy cow. Need to, like, throw degreaser on my hands after this. Holy cow. I think this definitely has a much stronger spring. There we go. Yeah, I get that. So what are you up to this time of year? How's the weather out in your parts? I bet. It might be a little colder than ours. Oh, goodness. All right. Just going to grab another rifle here. Oh my God. -13. That's nice. I'm a Wisconsinite. It's too hot out here. Even in the summer, it's like you're wearing a t-shirt. It's ridiculous. I need some snow. Oh, goodness. We finally had rain for like the second time in months. Everyone was freaking out on the highways. There we go. I'll keep this old bag too. My family's out of Park Falls, so kind of in the northwestern bulge, a couple hours south of the lake. Alrighty. This, next up, we're getting a little more complicated. Winchester 73. We got the 6-power sliding scope on that with the offset mounts. Now this one can be a little finicky. It's been about a year since I took this one apart. I hope I don't embarrass myself here. You're about that big. Too big. Okay. It's a bit out of the way, but I mean, honestly, the weather up there is pretty much all the same, although we don't get any of the lake effects. When a blizzard rolls in, boy, howdy. Sometimes it'll get up to 8 degrees. Nice warm day. This is kind of cool. This is my first time live streaming, I think, ever. I'm actually kind of surprised I have viewers. Holy cow, is that 4 viewers? That's ridiculous. There's people who actually do this regularly. God, that must be wild. Oh, okay. Now this 73, we got it right before the last SHOT Show. It was all nice and pretty. We hadn't even fired it. Someone was picking it up, looked at it, just dropped it right on the ground, shattered the buttstock. Still shoots great now that we put a new one on. Yeah, you can definitely do some cold weather training out there. Oh man, we used to like Christmas and sometimes during Thanksgiving, if the snow's right, you just stick all your beer out on the porch, just put it in an ice bank. It's always a lot of fun. Oh, goodness. So, Mr. Coles, are you going to be coming to SHOT Show? Okay, about the right size. Yeah. Nope, needs more. Well, if you've been to Wisconsin, I'm going to have to assume you've had beer. That's a good staple. I think the town that my family's from, there's not actually a coffee shop, but there are bars. There we go. If I can just force this. Oh, why are you giving me trouble here? Oh, darn it. Hammer's getting in the way. If I can scoot it far enough back, should just be able. There you go. And we're out. Oh, don't want to lose you. Okay. Getting this little bit in is always a bit tricky. Yep. They also had a a Green Bay Packer fan apparel store and a breakfast spot. Beals. Oh my God, Beals changed hands a few times, but it was always good food. I'm pretty sure the burgers, like they probably killed those cows out back, man. They were so fresh. Come on now. Okay. Realistically, I should have just knocked that pin out and approached it from the top. So that's what I'm going to do. Oh my gosh. Total home renovation in the wintertime. Oh, sorry if this sound comes through a little weird. I know I'm using a weird, like, tack hammer. But it's just perfect for taking these guns apart, the weight. Just a little bit more. All right. You, I believe, go here. Feels about right. Nope, backwards. Got my left and my right mixed up. Yeah, I have a one of these rubber fellas here. When I'm hitting the back of the pin, I feel like it's just denting the face of this hammer and it's not really driving a lot of force through. And the pins in this and the 85 high wall. Good God, that takes some strength. That is a workout every time you try and take the 85 apart or the sharps. Good Lord. I think later on when I'm doing the high wall, I'm probably gonna have Chris come in and help me because like when you're holding the action up against the mainspring and you're putting everything together, you need about 4 hands to do it. There we go. 73 always amazed me too. This, it's just held in by pressure from the side plates. It's like there's one screw holding this whole thing together. Come on now. Of course, everything is super tight. There we go. Yeah, so for SHOT Show, none of the rifles are allowed to have a firing pin in them, and they actually send staff around to test it. They have just like every cartridge you could imagine, and that's not a test you want to fail because there's also all the ammo manufacturers there. I mean, so you really got to make sure that everything is follows their rules. So it can't be in firing condition, but we still want the actions to work. So the best thing we do is just take the firing pins out. This also gives me a good chance to just give the rifles a look over, make sure everything seems fine. There we go. It's kind of fun too, looking into the guts of these rifles. It's like from this to the high wall is 12 years commercial release, but the development on the high wall I think started a couple years earlier. So there's only about a decade of difference. And they are just so drastically different. Just fascinates me. Everything's sturdy, we're good. And you're level. Okay. Pop this away, get another rifle. Bob Coles and HR Funk. I'm talking with both of them right now. I just let Chris know I'm talking to you too. He's probably going to pop by later for the high wall and the sharps, like I was saying. Oh, man. Going a little crazy these days, too, because just had a daughter 3 months ago. So I'm still on that no sleep cycle of time. I wish I could take her to like everything, but I don't think she's ready for Vegas quite yet. Okay. Thank you, sir. She is entirely too smart for my own good. And she's like already holding her own bottle. This girl's going to be essentially She-Hulk at this point. Now this, which one is this? Oh, yes, this is the early Winchester 94. Now this, God, this rifle's older than my parents. Had a part break in it that I forgot to replace. Just make it weird. I've already brought her to work. She really likes Chris. She gets along great with him. I had to pull some parts from this scope too for testing on another one. We're actually coming out with some parallax versions of these Malcolm scopes. In the course of testing, we tried to fire everything we could, so I kind of lost track of what I was modifying at one point. Okay. I think this is the one that broke. We're going to find out real quick, though. I think I've got something blocking. I can't quite read. Never able to get a good trade for her? I don't know what that means. Oh, at the gun shop. Oh, goodness. Okay. There you are. Do you guys sometimes like sitting there and just tearing apart your guns? I think the first time I did this on the 85, there weren't even instructions for it. I didn't know what I was doing. I just started pulling stuff apart. Okay. And that's another firing pin out. I just got to line this lever back up. Oh my. So what have you guys been doing all winter? I kind of lost track there because I was home for yeah. No, this rifle, I forget exactly what happened, but there was a lip that broke off of the bolt. And I mean, I need to replace essentially the whole bolt. But I think it was just like one little corner about an 1/8 inch across that came out. And it makes this rifle really easy to take apart now, but also really dangerous to shoot. So kind of a trade-off. Still, it's fine for display purposes. And it's the first thing that's broken in like 50 years. Yeah, what have you guys been up to all winter? You got a little more active seasons than we do out here. This rifle was in the family for so long that it got sweat stained on the back here, so it's always very easy to identify it. Let's get another one going. Oh, let's do you. Nice. I got to catch up on your videos. The drive to Vegas is like 7 hours, so I'm going to line up a whole bunch of media. I'm going to be riding shotgun, so give me something to do. Oh, let's use... You're a different sized. Yes. I don't think this one's going to be as easy. Still got that lip in it. Yep. Okay. So we got to take you out. What was I using for that? So let's use this. There we go. This has one of those very aggravating slip pins where it's just like an expanded sleeve. Oh, nice. Glad it's still working out for you. I think I've really got to use mine more. I've got one mounted up on a Browning 92. I think I might actually pull that out later and take it apart too. I actually don't really use handguns much myself. That's more Chris's thing. Sorry about the sound. Do you guys think I should mute it? Because this is probably pretty offensively loud. Is that out enough? Good God. This little slip is just so darn tight. Holy cow. I think the cold weather may be affecting this. Good Lord. I need a bigger hammer. Yeah, I'll actually maybe back in a second. I need like a couple pound mallet here. Okay, and we're back. Oh, Chris actually made this hammer. I love this thing, so I've not been willing to use it because it's got like all the features, removable faces. I just don't want to damage it. Oh, but its day has come. Let's get some use out of you. Good God, that pin is not coming out. What's going on with you? Of course. Is like 1,000th oversized. Okay, well, lesson learned. Next size down here. And of course, that did the magic. Okay. I gotta take you out all the way, don't I? A little bit more. Huh. You're missing your firing pin. That's not good. Where did you go? Gotta go find a firing pin. Okay. Always keep things labeled. PPSH? I don't think I've used one of those. Oh, and have fun, Mr. Funk. I will catch you around. Come on now. There we go. We're started. Always surprised at how much wood is used in this. Come Just about there. This darn slip collar in here. So darn tight. That should close up. Yes, it does. Now I just got to realign that pin. That about has it. There we go. Gosh, looks like we got a new viewer. I'll be honest with you guys, when I started this thing, I did not expect anyone to actually watch it live. But hello to everyone. Time to get another rifle. All right. Browning 92. I think when I cleaned this up last time, I took the firing pin out and put it back in. Indeed. On this, we got a TD3 red dot sight. This was a whole lot of fun to shoot. Holy cow. Oh my goodness. I do not shoot this enough, but it's a little tough to get 44 Remington mag out here. Pretty much just have to load it ourselves the only way. This thing had about 20 years of grease accumulated in it, so after we cleaned it, it's just, action is just butter. Okay, well, that one's ready then. All right. Let's get this cleaned up a bit. So after this, get to the really fun stuff. Okay. Oh, the high wall. Oh, God, this is a tough rifle to work on. There's this spring underneath, right about there. When you're putting the whole block and lever back in, just the amount of force to hold that thing in place is ridiculous. So I may have to wait for Chris to come back from lunch to work on this one. Yep. We have here the 6-power short scope with the parallax adjustment built in. We took this out to the range 2 days ago. We were hitting out at about 650. Just a whole lot of fun. All right. For the viewers out there right now, what do y'all shoot with? Talk to me about your rifles. I'm working on mine all day. Always got to remember to remove that little pin in there. Otherwise, you're just going to break things. Let's get you under there. Okay. All right, let's make it happen. I think you take this size. Oh, 85 high wall. This was the first rifle I ever built from parts. Oh, nice. Okay. Swinging with the classics. I love it. Are you using originals or reproductions? Because if you're shooting originals, that is awesome. Now we switch. Narrows up a bit with the spring pressure. Come on now. All right. I did forget about you. Now this one, I completely forgot. Oh my God, originals. That is ridiculous. Amazing, but ridiculous. Dude, keep them alive. Do whatever you can to repair them. There's just something magical about originals. Okay. You know what? I'll do it here. I forgot that the 85, there's a little interference with the trigger group. I gotta take this thing down to parts pretty much. Oh gosh, that's a little heavy. It's about time for me to replace some of these stock screws. The heads aren't well hardened. So over the years, they just kind of worn down. Okay. You're a thicker one. So of those World War II guns you're shooting, which one would you say is your favorite? Because I'm partial to the 03. I don't think I've ever shot a Tommy gun. Fits. You are left side. So, hello to the last person watching. How you doing out there? Come on. This is the point. I just got to wiggle it until it falls out. to take you out too. Oh no. I got to get a Car 98. That's one of the next ones on my list. But I can't find one that's, you know, reasonably priced and still well functioning, especially out in our neck of the woods, because I hate to admit it, but we are in California. Okay, you fit. Oh no, this is always the tough part. There's this little flat spring under here that can absolutely be accidentally put in the wrong direction. And I've done it before. It is not fun. Let's see if I can just not have to remove that. That would really tickle me. There. You go there. And now, there we go. I'll set you aside. Okay, wow, you are very dirty. I don't know that I've ever held one of those PPSH. I think most of the firearms I use are somewhere between 1850 and like 1890 or so, 1895 maybe. I'm really excited. I had this shotgun from about 1872 maybe, an original that had been left in some guy's barn. I mean, it's going to need a lot of work to really get that thing shooting again, but it's all good. The bore is clean. It got protected by cobwebs. That's just going to be a whole lot of fun. And it's not the Damascus steel of that time period. It's just actual straight steel, so it's still shootable. '85. The least field repairable rifle I've ever encountered. Firing pin is so the last part you can access. And there it is. All that much ado about something very small. So, Mr. Nitro Smokeless, you coming out to SHOT Show? Yeah, the 85 is a truly ridiculous design. The sharps, you can drop the block straight out. There's like a lever you don't even need tools to remove. The spring pressure is really wild, though. The 85, the spring pressure is not as crazy, so I can mostly get the block in by myself. But it is, you got to take the thing apart. Which I forgot because it's been about a year since I did this. $85. Let's clean you up a bit. I'm going to give these a much more thorough cleaning after SHOT Show. Just because all those people handling them, transportation. Yeah, you're pretty okay. Once I get this second screw in, I'll show you guys what this last little piece is. I'll bring it up close to the camera. Everything gets like progressively smaller as you get further into the action. So this is that final part that needs to be removed. The firing pin sits behind. The pin is tiny. So that last little bit. But now we got to put it all back together. Everything else looks clean though. Okay. So, tough part about putting this back together. This is the ejector little gizmo, and that needs to be inserted not quite at the same time. You sort of lead in partway with the ejector, slip the block in partway, get this lip under here, and then you insert it the rest of the way so the pinhole lines up there. And you're doing all that against the mainspring, which you can see a little bit of right here, which takes just a lot of force. So this is going to be fun. Let's do it this way. All right, here we go. Step 1. 2. Oh. Come on now. Just like that. Easy peasy. Now for the fun part. There's a set screw here, so we got to make sure that the little groove cutout is on the proper side because it's not on the other side. Okay, let's see if I can do this with one hand. Maybe not. Use some thumb strength here. Nope. Okay. How do I want to do this? This is always what slows this guy down. You got to get that hole lined up, and then you can't see it while you're trying to hammer it in place. Yeah, I'll do it like that. Nope, no dice. Okay. Try the other side. Yeah, those Tommy guns were something special. Oh my goodness. Okay. M1A1. I gotta add that to the Christmas list too. Come on now. Normally, I would have better grip strength and coordination, but I've got a 3-month-old daughter at home. I am not sleeping great. Don't get me wrong, she's adorable, but those 4 a.m. feedings, man, those will get you. Up there. All right. Let's see if Chris is back. I'm going to need him to hold this while I line it up. Nope, he's not back yet. Okay. Well, we'll set that aside then until I have another pair of hands. There's supposed to be some sort of special clamp you use to take that apart, but I don't know where it is. Okay. And the sharps. Oh, this one we've got long scope on it. And the new version that's got the parallax adjustment. This was a lot of fun to test. Holy cow. Okay. All right. So this one, like I was saying earlier, is a lot easier, but the spring pressure is a lot greater. So you get that handy little lever. Whew. Oh, that just falls right out. And there's the ejector. Alrighty. Clamp this in place. It's a little front heavy. I don't want it to fall over. Stay. So this right here, that's the block for the sharps. And it's just held on by this little like pressure slip plate here. The trick is you move this little, the part that the hammer actually hits, you move that out of the way, slip the plate aside, pull the firing pin out. And for that, and for reinstalling the block on the 85, I'm going to need a second pair of hands because that's a lot of spring pressure. So I think I will call it here. Just got to reassemble that one, and then this is pretty straightforward. Okay. We knocked out how many rifles? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Gosh. Got through 10 rifles in an hour. Not bad. Okay. Well, have fun out there, everyone. Hope I see some of y'all at SHOT Show. If not, just know that we're having fun with some old guns. Take it easy out there, and I'll probably live stream while I'm there. A lot less machining. I'll just go around the grounds and the floor and show off all the cool stuff. Y'all take it easy, and Nitro Smokeless, you have fun out there.